Hey crafty friends, Einat Kessler here with Saturday Extravaganza, and today I'm altering a little tin box. I'm going to do it Zettiology style. Zettiology is a style that is basically mixing the real world with the fantasy world, and you're going to see what I mean in just a second. So let's start by creating the background, and I'm just going to add some color to the background with alcohol inks. I am putting randomly some alcohol ink on the inside of the tin box and let it just move and drip all around. It's really fun and it covers the metal very well, almost like paint for metal. You can see how it moves all around. Now I'm going to add some green. You can also create a little bit of texture by using a paper towel and just dab the alcohol ink on the metal. I'm just going to show you how that looks. I have two shades of green here, and I'm just going to dab it with the paper towel. A lot of it is absorbed by the paper towel, so you get a very light, thin coat of the paint. But if you want the paint to be lighter, then you go ahead and do that with the towel. If you want a bolder effect, then just take the bottle and do what I'm doing and add the alcohol ink, and you'll see how it moves and it pools and it creates really beautiful shades of green. I love this effect, and it dries fairly quickly, so if you want it to move, then go ahead and move it before it dries. And for the top of my tin, I am going to use, I think, some blues and some purples. Just want to add a little bit of brown here first, and you can just play around with it until you're happy with how it looks. So a little bit of purple and blue on top, and it looks like a nature, soil, and then some grass, and then the sky, and beautiful pooling here. Love this, and it works really well on metal, much better than let's say on paper or something. I mean, the alcohol inks, look how nice that pools. It's amazing. Okay, so, and see how they blend. If they're not dry, they blend really pretty. I'm just making sure it is dry. Be careful it's not too hot. And now we can go ahead and start creating our image to put in the tin box. So the style that I'm doing, the Zettiology, is a style created by an artist called Tisha Moore, and what she basically does is mixing the fantasy world with the reality. So she creates very weird looking creatures and like exaggerated, unrealistic creatures. You're gonna see what I mean in just a second. So I've cut this body without the head, and I want to add an owl head to my body. Now I'm looking for the right fit. I'm cutting out the head too because I want the hair. So I'm just going to cut the face, and the face is going to be covered by an owl face. So I'm just cutting some owls to see which one I like best, which one fits the best. This one I don't like so much. Now, because you are matching pieces there that are not supposed to go together in the real world, you need sometimes to try a few options and see which one you like, because one is bigger and one is smaller and doesn't fit. this one's better, but I still don't like it very much. Let's try a third one and hope that third time's the charm, and we'll see that it works the best. So anyway, you can look her up online and see everything that she creates. I really like her style and the idea that you can just create a whole new fantasy world by mixing up parts that are not supposed to be there, like so. See, so you have a little girl with an owl face. That does not happen in real life. You can take it to the extreme, but I'm not going to go completely crazy, just semi-crazy. So I am going to, that was a bit small, I just want to add a little crown on her head, which I'm cutting out of a cupcake. So the bottom part of the cupcake is going to be my crown, and this crown is going to be her dress. Just a little bit too big, so I'm just cutting it a bit smaller. Okay, so this is how the girl is going to look, and she's going to sit inside the tin box, and I'm going to add her some wings of a butterfly. So you can see that this is a completely unrealistic creature that I'm creating, and that's the idea behind this type of art. And I think it's really fun because you can really go wild with your imagination, and that's what art is all about, right? Having a lot of fun and creating fantastic things. Okay, so let's start assembling our weird looking girl, and I'm going to start with the face. Make sure I position it properly, and I want to add all the pieces with some foam tape so they will get a bit more dimension. Gonna add the crown on her head. Just gonna make that a little bit closer so you can see better. Okay, so there's the crown, and now the face. Now, since there are two parts to the tin, I have to cut her in pieces in order for her to fit. So body and legs are apart, and I also need to cut the body in half too, to make sure it goes exactly on the right spot. Okay, so there's the face, and the body's gonna go in there. So let's cut that in half, and the top part is going to go on the top part of the tin, and then the bottom part of the body is going to go on the bottom part of the tin. Let's remove the face for a minute. I want to make sure that it's straight, so I'm just going to use some tweezers. Okay, the face goes back in. Okay, so that's the top part of the body, and now we can add the bottom part. This is really fun because you can, create the most amazing images and creatures and combinations and things and just go wild. So removing the backing of that foam tape can sometimes be really annoying. So this is the top part. See how you reassemble her body so it goes smoothly between the two parts of the tin box. Okay, so now the legs, and then once the legs are there, we can add the dress. With some glue. This one is not going to be with foam tape. Okay, starting to look good. So now our basic creature is there, and I just need to add the wings. Now the wings are quite big, so I'm just going to cut them in half and use only the top part of the wing, like so, and insert that like that. And of course you can create those images on a canvas, on an art journal, 3D image, or not image, 3D work of art, alter something. So I have just added a little bit of a curl to the wing so it will be easier, and also I trimmed the edge so that it will be easier to insert under the body. I'm just using my nails to give it a little bit of a curl there, and now it goes under the body. Gluing it down, and the wings are in. Okay, so now we can start embellishing and adding detail to our little owl girl here. And I'm going to add some rhinestone to her dress. Very elusive rhinestones, but still 2 sizes, larger and smaller. And I'm using different colors. I want it to be very colorful, so the rhinestones are in purple and her top part is in green. And I'm going to add this stars vine here. 1 star fell. I'm just gonna glue that back. Okay. And this vine is going to go on the side of the tin box, like a sort of a tree or something like that. This side here. Move everything so I glue it down very easily, and I can reposition the stars later, because there's a wire inside, so it's really easy to sculpture it the way you want. And I'm using a hot glue gun. Be careful. That is a really good way to glue that down. It will not move, and it's really strong. Just be careful with your fingers. And that star still fell off, so I'm just gonna do that with the glue, with the hot glue, and it will probably be fine. Okay, so once that's dry, I'll reposition everything. Now I'm adding 2 little flowers. I think they're resin flowers, but you can add whatever type you want. So a little bit of red goes in. See how many colors we have? Very colorful creation. And that is dry, so I can move the stars now to wherever I want them to go. This one's gonna go there, and I'm just gonna trim that because that's a bit too long, and remove that annoying hot glue string that we always get. Okay, so I'm going to color her eyes with some pink. Again, the more detail you add, the more color you add, the bigger and better your fantasy world becomes. And a little bit of yellow, and I'm going to write BU. So even though you look very freaky with an owl face and wings and a human body, you should still be you, because you're great the way you are, right? Adding a little bit of white with a white pen inside those letters. And look how much detail and how many layers and how many stuff you can add to such a really tiny tin box. Imagine what you would do if it was larger, right? So I'm going to add little white dots on the background here, and some doodling on the bottom. Just swirls and lines and no particular meaning or order. Some more dots. Want the dots to cover the entire background. Love the dots. Okay. I'm loving this. This is coming along great. So I'm going to add some color to the bottom part of her shirt. Some red and orange. And then I think I will be finished with my creation. It's going to be in my craft room, and I really like how it turned out. So this is basically the idea behind this style of art, and you can go crazy, like I said, create whatever you want. I hope that I've inspired you and you like this video. If you did, please give it a thumbs up and subscribe to my channel if you haven't done so. Make sure to visit my website, einatKessler.com. You'll have a link at the end of the video. Thank you very much for watching, you guys. Have a great year, a Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays, and I will see you all next time.